Number one, remember that breast cancer doesn't care that it's October. It happens 365 days.
Yes.
118 people a day pass away from metastatic breast cancer. It happens year round, so don't only think about us in October. Think about us year round.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Tim here with the TMA Connection. It's your local podcast that is focusing on the people and organizations that are making a difference in our community. And today we got one of the most special guests that I've ever interviewed, and actually the second time on the podcast because she was on the first podcast. And of course, this is Amy. And most of us know Amy, but Amy, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, there's been some big news that has come out in our family for you in particular. And you've taken a back seat to real estate, put your license in referral status, and which just means that you're still licensed, but not necessarily working with clients right now, to take on a new endeavor of working with the Side Out Foundation.
That is correct.
Awesome.
Correct.
So let's get right into it. What is the Side Out Foundation?
Well, first of all, let me just explain how we got to this place that we're at right now.
That would be good.
So back in 2010, when you were coaching volleyball at Bel Air High School, I remember sitting at the kitchen table talking about you wanted to bring something to the school that would make the girls on the team realize that there was something bigger than themselves out there and they needed to give back. And you had heard about the Side Out Foundation and Dig Pink, and so we brought that to Bel Air and had a pretty decent year first go around. And then we worked with the Side Out Foundation in all of the years since. Yeah. And I always adored working with the Side Out Foundation and the people that work there and just the cause in general. Dig Pink just fostered such a incredible atmosphere of positive spirit and giving and really just a really strong importance to what we were doing. And so I would look forward to doing Dig Pink at Bel Air every single year. And when it was over, I'd always feel like it was Christmas morning and next day after Christmas, it's all done. And you're like, oh gosh, I know, wait another year to do this. So when I had the opportunity, it really was something that I absolutely could not pass up. Don't get me wrong, I've loved all the clients I've worked with, and I've loved working with you as well, but this was something that I felt was meant to be, and I could not be happier because now I get to work with Dig Pink games year round, which is awesome. So the Side Out Foundation is a nonprofit we're headquartered in Fairfax, Virginia. Luckily, I'm able to work from home. Everything that I need to do for the most part, I can do from home. The Side Out Foundation is a nonprofit that raises money specifically for stage 4 metastatic breast cancer research and advocacy that we do at the foundation. The foundation funds its own research that specifically looks at how the disease progresses, and just learning about the disease itself and how it spreads through the body and why it spreads through the body and all of that. So the way that we raise money for this much needed research is through the Dig Pink volleyball games. And the Dig Pink volleyball games are our vehicle to raise funds and raise advocates. So we're hoping that the volleyball community, so players, coaches, fans, families, will continue our message every year to people that they might know in the breast cancer community. Excuse me. So the Side Out Foundation was actually called the Side Out Foundation because it was founded by our founder, Rick Dunitz, who at the time and is still currently a volleyball coach. And his mother was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer shortly after he started coaching. And that sort of spurred on the need for an organization that would support the metastatic breast cancer community. As you know, and I know, unfortunately, stage 4 metastatic breast cancer is a terminal illness. There is no cure for it. And the best that we can provide is extending time for these folks with their family, their loved ones, and really, excuse me, do the best that we can to provide them a good quality of life. So that's what he sought out to do with the Side Out Foundation for his mom. And his the name Side Out Foundation is because, as you know, again, and a lot of everyone that we know knows this, but not everybody does realize that Side Out is a volleyball term. That's why they, this is the sign for Side Out, and that's in our logo. And Side Out means that the other team has regained control of the ball, or that your team has regained control of the ball. So the comparison there is that we are giving patients the ability to regain control of their lives.
Wow.
Or have some control over that. And then DIG Pink, of course, volleyball. DIG is a term.
Yep.
And Pink being Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So
yeah,
that's kind of the long answer to your question.
no, that's it's quite interesting, and it's definitely it's a phenomenal organization. We've believed in it since 2010. The fact that you've had now the opportunity to now work for them full time, or work for them in a fuller capacity. Let's say that we're part time right now, but hopefully full time in the near future. And I see how much you're getting behind this, and this is so special, and I'm so excited for you for that.
Thanks.
And interesting enough, after all this time, I didn't really put the correlation between the definition of what a side out means in volleyball and how that correlates with the organization. Yeah.
Wow.
So I just learned something new today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right, there you go.
So what makes the Side Out Foundation unique from other organizations that are raising money for breast cancer?
Okay. So what makes us the most unique is that our foundation raises money for its own research. So we're not raising money like the real big nonprofits out there for cancer to spend a ton of money on a marketing campaign and marketing materials and funding, sending out grants to other organizations to do their research and all of that. We are very much focused on what we're doing. And what we're doing is trying to impact the metastatic breast cancer community.
Yeah.
So the funds that we raise go directly to our research. To put things in perspective, or to give you an example of what it is that we actually give the patient, is it's a personalized precision medicine report, and it is very tailored to that individual. So metastatic breast cancer, the way that it progresses and the way that it moves through your body is different for every single patient. So it's much like, if you think about it, like a fingerprint.
Okay.
So fingerprint is unique to every single person, right?
Sure.
So that's exactly how metastatic breast cancer is. So one medication might work wonders for one person and then may not have any effect at all on the next person.
That's crazy. So
what happens is the oncologist meets with the patient when they talk about, unfortunately, the diagnosis. And, they're kind of grasping at straws and trying to see, what treatment method. And we're looking at FDA-approved treatment methods. We're not looking at, we're not doing a trial and doing placebos and, throwing out that. These patients don't have time.
Yeah.
Time is what we're trying to save. And so what we do is we get a tissue sample and blood sample sent over to the Prothera laboratories that process our samples. And they look at the tumor for that individual person on a molecular level. Just very, very very specific. And they are able to get that information to the site out researchers. And based on all the research we've done, and going through a tumor board and looking at what makes the most sense, we can actually determine what treatment methods will be the most effective.
Wow.
So it's not this trial and error, let's throw darts and see what, sticks and all of that. It's let's figure out what's going to work. We're not curing it.
Yeah.
But let's figure out what's going to slow this down. Because it is a very aggressive cancer. Mm-hmm. So being able to do that provides our metastatic breast cancer community with more time. Mm-hmm. More tomorrows is one of the phrases that we say. Mm-hmm. Actually, tomorrows matter is what it is that we say.
Yeah.
So that's what really sets us apart, is that, we're not raising money for research on a broad term level. We are raising money for the personalized, specific research that we do.
Wow.
So the precision medicine report that is generated and sent back to the oncologist actually costs $2,000 to produce. So SiteOut pays for that. Okay. Because we don't want the patient to have to worry about that.
Wow. So for each patient, $2,000 for this test is...
For the precision medicine report to be generated and to analyze the tissue sample and the blood sample for that specific patient.
Specific person.
Yeah.
See, that's so awesome, because a lot of times you donate to charity and it's just kind of like a blanket donation. And
exactly.
A lot of people are like concerned, like, hey, where's my money really going to? Right?
Exactly.
So
we're a small staff. There's right now only 6 people on staff, and that's including our founder. We do have our own research facility at George Mason. So, we keep our costs down as much as possible. We have all of our resources for Dig Pink games and things like that to promote them, which we'll talk about in a little bit, is all digital. So we ask the schools to kind of take that cost. So we're really trying to make sure that the money goes to as specific of a reason as possible.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Because time is what matters.
Absolutely. So the biggest fundraiser of them all is a Dig Pink rally at a high school volleyball game or a club volleyball game or a tournament.
Right.
If somebody was going to go to a Dig Pink event, there are some coming up. Yeah. What are they going to experience with that?
They're going to see a lot of pink.
Okay.
So the Swifties out there, the Barbie fans, they're going to love it.
We would be remiss if we didn't put Taylor Swift into a podcast, because
I mean, we've had a lot of teams use it to their advantage. Goodness gracious, the girls are so creative. You know how teenagers are on social media. They are doing videos to one of the songs that's a hit from the Barbie movie. And of course, they love wearing all the pink stuff.
Yeah.
So what you can expect at a school, and I'll use Bel Air as an example, just because that's where it all started for us.
Sure.
So at the Dig Pink match, you'll see the girls wearing pink on the court. You'll see T-shirts being sold with 2023 Dig Pink on the shirt. You will see a lot of pink decorations everywhere. You'll see actual breast cancer survivors and people who are currently fighting honored. You will see a lot of competitive spirit that actually becomes fighting for one cause. The focus isn't on the competition. The focus is on working together for a common goal, which is really cool. And there are, at Bel Air, I can't say this for every single school or every single program that does this, but most do raffles, door prizes, 50-50s. They do raffle baskets. They raise a ton of money for the foundation that way.
Local businesses get involved.
Huge way for local businesses to get involved in the future. So for next year, Bel Air gets sponsorships for the T-shirts. So you can get your logo or whatever you want on the back of the shirt for a certain level of sponsorship. And then that way, the T-shirts that are sold are 100% proceeds go to the SiteOut Foundation, not a portion. So, I mean, everything that Bel Air makes at Dig Pink is actually donated to the Side Out Foundation. They don't keep a penny, which is really phenomenal. We've worked really hard to make that happen at that school.
I mean, it's a real fun
event. A
event.
lot of pink.
It's a real fun event. Lots of pink. The pinkest fan, I think they do.
Right, they do a serve for a shirt.
I mean, people go all out. The serve for the shirt. Again, with all the proceeds going directly to a great cause.
And the refs usually join in on the fun and wear pink. We have a pink ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, pink. Pink.
Pink, pink, pink. Dig pink.
So, but the focus really is on giving to an organization that is very dedicated to its purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. So some of these Dig Pink events are coming up in the near future. And Sarah is going to be definitely jamming out this podcast pretty darn quick because we have one coming up like next week,
right?
Like within 4 or 5 days. So,
right.
But there are other schools too that are having Dig Pink events. So let's plug those real quick.
Sure.
Give everybody an opportunity that if they want to, they can go out to these, one of these events and support, the Side Out Foundation.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. Now these are just the events in Harford County.
Okay.
My title is a community engagement leader, and what my job is to spread the word about Dig Pink and help schools get their Dig Pink campaign started.
Okay.
So I actually am assigned to the Midwest region. So I have 12 states in the Midwest. I've got over 200 schools that I work with, and they're high schools, middle schools, community colleges, universities, clubs, adult leagues. It's anyone who plays volleyball. Okay. It's not specific to just a school. Mm-hmm. I also have Harford County because of my involvement with Bel Air and our association with a lot of folks in this area. So,
yeah, that makes sense.
So I doubt that anybody wants me to give dates of all of the Midwest games.
All 200 schools. Here we go. I'm just kidding.
So I'm only representing Harford County. I'm sorry, Baltimore, Cecil, and all surrounding counties. These are just our, local to us in Bel Air.
Yeah.
So Bel Air's is on October 17th, 5:15 and 6:45.
Okay.
JV and then varsity. Mm-hmm. Harford Community College, October 18th.
Okay.
At 7.
Okay.
Patterson Mills High School is October 26th, and they are a 3:30 and 5 o'clock game. They're early. Okay. So please try to do your best for the community to go out there and support that early time. Mm-hmm. Harford Tech, our own Adam Thatcher, is an assistant coach with that team. Yep. So that's on October 26th at 4:30 and 6. So you can go out and say hi to Adam for that one. And then Edgewood High School is doing their very first one, October 26th, also 3 in a day.
So 3 in one day.
Yeah.
You're going to be busy.
Yeah, 3:30 and 5 o'clock for Edgewood. Falston, Sea Milton have already had theirs.
Okay.
They had very successful events, and we always appreciate their support.
That's fantastic. And look, folks, if you're seeing this podcast and you're in another state or another county or anything like that, and you want more information about a Dig Pink game that's close to you, you can reach out to Amy, and she can definitely guide you in the right direction.
Oh, absolutely.
With that, or get you to the people that you need to speak with if you want to get more involved.
And what people don't realize, there are a lot of years under Bel Air's belt.
Yes.
And that is how they are as big as they are. I tell schools, they're like, we might only be able to raise $200. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
That is fine. Whatever you can do.
Sure.
And even more important than the money is the advocacy, is telling people. The foundation's goal is to serve 1,000 patients a year. Mm. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is if people know about us.
Sure.
This isn't something that an oncologist will recommend unless they know about it.
Right.
So really the patient has to be their own advocate. So they go and tell their doctor about it. And, the patient or family member can work with them. But it's definitely something that need to have a lot of people talking about this and letting people know. So the event doesn't need to be as huge. It can be as simple as just registering and creating your own fundraising campaign page online. Mm-hmm. Or, just having a game that's pink.
Yeah.
Now, Dig Pink, the name Dig Pink, is a registered trademark of the Side Out Foundation. So if anybody is interested in hosting a Dig Pink match, that is associated with the Side Out Foundation.
Yeah.
So if you're not planning on donating any money to the Side Out Foundation, then you might want to go do a different type of thing, because our branding, we're trying to let the community know that Dig Pink and Side Out are synonymous. They're the same thing.
But again, going back to you know that the money that you're donating to a Dig Pink event is going directly to the Side Out Foundation, which is directly going to a person that needs this assistance.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's awesome. If people just want to make a blanket donation to Side Out, they may not be able to go to a Dig Pink event.
Right.
How can people connect with getting a donation to the Side Out Foundation?
Okay. So what I tell the schools, if they're doing a campaign, they do a lot of publicity and a lot of promoting of their event. Everyone who's registered with us has their own campaign page. So kind of look around and listen out for any local games that might be going on in your area. I know that your school would appreciate, because the schools really do like push the envelope a little bit every year to try to get a little bit more money.
They have goals. They're trying to hit a mark. Yeah, so
Right.
you definitely want to try to go through with the school, right?
Right. Try to, if you can, if you know somebody. If not, you can go to our website at www.side-out.org/donate. Or you can just go on the website and explore. There's all kinds of information about our research. You can also look at shopdigpink.com. We have a whole bunch of Dig Pink swag on there that a portion of the proceeds to come back to us. And just kind of check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and YouTube, and see what other schools are doing. A lot of the schools that participate tag our social media accounts.
Gotcha.
So that's a good way of figuring out, what schools are doing, what campaigns, and you can pick whoever you want to support. It's a direct donation directly to the foundation through that website. So it's very easy.
Okay. And if people want to contact you directly, you want to put that out there?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
okay.
sure. Okay. The best way to reach me is by email, because I'm constantly checking my email. It's Amy, AMY, .Markland, MARKLAND, for those who don't know, at side-out.org. You can also contact me on my Side Out cell phone at 571-998-2055, or those who know me locally can call my cell phone number. And if you know of somebody who has metastatic breast cancer, you can actually go to our website and click on our research link to find out how to get enrolled. There's an actual form on there that...
Wouldn't that be awesome if this podcast actually does help one person? If not many more. That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a pretty quick process. I mean, it's not something where, where people are waiting.
Okay.
There's no real big wait time.
Yeah. It's like there is a sense of immediacy.
Right. I think the longest amount of time it takes to get the samples to where they need to be and all of that. But again, our focus is time. So we are going to make sure that what we're doing is expedited and in a good, quick bit of time, so that we can give that time back.
Yeah.
To those folks with metastatic breast cancer.
Here's a question I didn't prepare you for.
Oh boy. I'm looking at my notes, making sure I haven't forgotten anything.
No, you did a great job. You did a great job.
It's just a lot of great information. I just don't want to miss out on anything. And before I forget, for those who want a really, really awesome, in-depth explanation of the Side Out Foundation and how it was founded, and actually see our founder, and he's pretty much an awesome guy, you can go on to YouTube and search the Side Out story, and you'll find out about Rick's coaching history and everything. They had a Cinderella season that year. But any theatrical movie makers out there, Rick, I'm sorry, I'm going to make you a movie star.
That's right.
But yeah, check that out. It really gives a good explanation. So what's my question?
What do you love most about what you're doing now?
Gosh, that I get to do this Dig Pink thing all the time.
Yeah. I mean, you rocked it when back in the day when we would do events and when our kids were playing volleyball, you'd volunteer, but now you're doing it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not at all joking. I actually just said this to our executive director yesterday during our weekly meeting. And I didn't mean to get all emotional when I said it, but I'm even getting emotional now just thinking about it. But it really was, something I looked forward to all year long. And when it was over, it was a real letdown. Just like, daggone it, why can't I keep doing this? I want to go do it again.
Yeah.
So the fact that I can continually do this all the time is just, and I feel like everything has come full circle. My dad was in cancer research at NIH for 18 years on the bench, then went into pharmaceuticals. And I've always worked with healthcare nonprofits. So I've always really had a passion for healthcare and the nonprofit world. So it just really has come full circle. It's I just feel like I'm in the right place at the right time. And as you know, we lost my mom to stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
That she was given zero hope. So when I, in the early years of me working with the Side Out Foundation, realized that their purpose was to give hope to these stage 4 patients, I said, I'm there. I'm all in. Right. I am all in. Give these people the hope that my mom didn't get. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like I've got a little bit of a drive there as well. We all have our why.
And I'm so proud of you. And we'll finish it off with that.
Thank you.
I want to acknowledge just I see a new spark and drive within you that haven't seen in a long time. And not to say that you don't love life and love our family and stuff like that, but this is just really connecting with you. Yeah. And you're excited every time you sign up a school, or a school did this or a school did that, and it's like
an immediate, what's it called?
A dopamine
hit. Yeah. I get an email. Guess what? We raised $5,000. Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
That's huge. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that you would just be blown away by the large scale that some of these schools are working with. I mean, there's tournaments with many, many, many different schools involved or clubs involved, and we just appreciate them so much, and we appreciate everybody from $100 to $20,000, which we just had come in.
That's incredible.
But it is what it is, because it is such a good organization, and because people get that the funding is used appropriately, and that we are helping people now. Yeah. Right now. Yeah. In fact, I personally know of somebody who is being helped this week who just recently had a metastatic breast cancer diagnosis, and I'm hoping beyond hope that everything works out and they're able to work with us and get that report.
Yes, absolutely.
Get more time. But I certainly appreciate this, because I really just want to spread the word as much as possible. And if people can just, as you've said, I know you're going to say, because I know your closing remarks on these podcasts is, but like and share away, please. Yeah. Please let people know.
Yeah, absolutely. That the algorithm loves it when we comment, like, and share, and that's how things spread. So the Side Out Foundation is near and dear to our heart. Again, look them up online, look it up on YouTube. Lots of great things going on. Some Dig Pink events coming up. We mentioned those as well. Get out there, check those out as well. And hey, if you haven't followed us yet, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at The Markland Advantage. You can also download your podcast anywhere you download your podcast. You can download this podcast anywhere you download your podcast, Apple, Spotify, and the list goes on. It's all over the place. And share this out.
Can I add one more thing?
You're the boss.
One more thing about fundraisers and folks raising money during October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Mm-hmm. Number one, remember that breast cancer doesn't care that it's October. It happens 365 days.
Yes.
118 people a day pass away from metastatic breast cancer. It happens year round. So don't only think about us in October. Think about us year round.
Yeah.
The second thing is a lot of folks want the money to go to a local resource. And that is admirable and needed, and I don't discourage that at all. But just remember that we are local too. We may not be headquartered here in every single town across the country, but we can provide this service to every single metastatic breast cancer patient. It doesn't matter where they live.
Yeah.
So it is local. And we need cancer foundations and cancer organizations and oncologists and support places to talk about us, so that they know that that we're here and can be very local. So that's all I wanted to throw in there. I just got to throw in my 2 cents. This is my chance to get the word out, and I thank you for that.
Well, I appreciate the excitement, and I appreciate the great calls, and
Sure.
you rock it.
Thanks.
You are rocking it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Until next time, folks, live your life to the fullest, and we'll see you soon. Take care.